And we are live. You already know who it is. My name is Mike Kyle, aka the Fantasy Vulture. I have over a decade worth of fantasy football experience, and I've continuously competed for fantasy championships over the course of the past 6 seasons. Let's make it 7 in 2020, but enough of me. I'm here for you. On today's episode of the FV Show, we are continuing our Week 1 game previews, all through the lens of fantasy football. Today we are going to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Carolina Panthers. So if you are excited for this game and for these teams, be sure to hit that like button down below, like an open receiver downfield, Patrick Mahomes style. I know Patrick Mahomes is a division rival, Raiders fans, but just go with it, please. It's the intro, okay? And also, you can smash that subscribe button, like power running back, like Derrick Henry up the middle. And last but not least, you can follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture. Of course, the website is ffvulture.com. Alright, let's talk here. Let's talk Raiders. Let's talk Panthers. I'm ready to roll. Let's just get going, shall we? This is a game that I am so excited about. Not only as a fan of the Carolina Panthers, but as a fan of what the Las Vegas Raiders are as a team. If I had to pick my two favorite teams right now, I think it's these two. Like, I swear to God, if I had to choose my NFC team, it's the Panthers, and if I had to choose my AFC team, it's the Raiders. All right, let's just dive right in, okay? The over/under for this game is 47.5, which is mighty high. These are two defenses that are not great, and the Panthers' defense, admittedly, is absolutely horrible. So, this game notes, let's just go storylines, let's break things down, let's just jump right in, shall we? This is the prove-it year for Derek Carr. They've absolutely reworked this offense, they have given him a variety of new weapons, and now it's up to him to really put things together to what we've seen, the glimpses and the highs of Derek Carr. Enough of this conservative shit. Let's actually air it out. Let's throw it. Let's run and gun, and let's just get out and score some points. I'm really excited for what the Raiders could be this season. Bryan Edwards and Henry Ruggs, both two rookies, Ruggs being selected in the first round and Edwards in the third. They are starting for this team, which is really exciting because I love both players. I've talked about Henry Ruggs enough. And then, obviously, in Carolina, Cam Newton, that era, Cam Newton, Ron Rivera, they are gone. Bring in the new regime with Matt Rule, Joe Brady, Phil Snow, defensive coordinator, and Teddy Bridgewater. We're really going to see what Teddy Bridgewater can be, again, being a consistent starting quarterback in the NFL. I'm really excited for Teddy getting this opportunity. He was a guy that I wanted the Panthers to go out and get this offseason. However, storylines aside, let's talk start-sit. Let's talk some matchups. Let's break things down just a little bit, shall we? In Las Vegas, very simply, your auto starts are Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller. I feel like those are pretty much two no-brainers. You drafted Waller to be your tight end in that 7th round territory, and you drafted Josh Jacobs in the back of the first, early second to be one of your starting running backs. Again, this Panthers defense is absolutely putrid, and Josh Jacobs is going to absolutely torch them. I know I said absolutely twice, just go with it. Like, just trust the hyperbole and the guarantee factor of this. Last season, the Panthers gave up, I believe they were number 1 or number 2 in fantasy in points given up to the running back position, and nothing has changed there. Their defense probably got worse, and they brought in 7 rookies in this defensive class. So please start Josh Jacobs with confidence. If he's your guy this week, like, that doesn't shock me in the slightest. The confidence meter should be at 100 out of 10. Darren Waller, talked about him already. You drafted him to be your starting tight end. Just go. Please do it. In Carolina, on the other side of the ball, Christian McCaffrey, no-brainer. DJ Moore, no-brainer. All right, we got those out of the way, right? Like, there's nothing to talk about with Christian McCaffrey. And DJ Moore just fits Teddy Bridgewater's game so well. And this Raiders defense, like Carolina, is not great. The Raiders admittedly do have a better defense, but I don't know how much better exactly. So with this team, this is a defense that has a lot of young talent on it, but not proven talent. So I'll be starting DJ Moore with confidence. And as much as I love Henry Ruggs and Bryan Edwards for the Raiders, I kind of want to see it first. Again, you drafted these players in places where you don't have to start them right away, but I actually think that the blueprint is there for if you do start them, you can kind of you can start them with some level of confidence that they are going to produce, especially knowing that they are starting in their first NFL game. Like, we know this already. It's been proven. It's not been proven. It's been stated. It's been alluded to. It's been stated. Well, yeah, I said that. We're good. We're good. You get the point. The thing that I'm really interested, there are two main points here for this game that have a lot of intrigue for me, and that's Derek Carr and Teddy Bridgewater. They are both coming into teams with offensive firepower surrounding them. You look at Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, Bryan Edwards, Henry Ruggs, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow. Boom, like all those pieces really fit what Derek Carr can do. I talked about this in my Raiders preview. Derek Carr has a above average or average passer rating in every single segment of the field. It is unbelievable. He is a very, very good and a very, very accurate quarterback. And now that he has the toys, he, for me, is one of these hopeful late round quarterbacks that nobody's talking about that can actually be very, very good for fantasy this season. And I'm really excited to see what he can do being surrounded by this offense, because he actually has the pieces to do so consistently now. With Teddy Bridgewater, very similar story. Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, and Robbie Anderson. Also, Ian Thomas, who's actually battling a toe injury. I don't want to mention Thomas because I don't think you're going to start him, but just a name to keep an eye on. I love these two teams because their situations are so identical. They both have quarterbacks that have a hesitancy to throw the ball downfield, quarterbacks that are accurate, that make intermediate throws, and receiving options that really fit the game styles. And maybe that is the reason why I like these teams just so much, because they literally just mirror each other. So I'm really interested to know what these quarterbacks look like, because secretly they were quarterbacks that I considered drafting. I really like both of these guys, and I think their outlooks for this season can easily be better than what a lot of people projected them to be. And finally, the other game point that I really want to hammer home here is, what do you do with Curtis Samuel and Robbie Anderson? For me, obviously, you're not going to start either. They were both being undrafted or going at the very, very end of your drafts. So I'm not going to start either one of them, but I am interested to know what the splits look like. Who gets the majority of snaps? What kind of routes are they running comparative to each other? And that's just because Robbie Anderson is kind of a duplicate of Curtis Samuel, but for Curtis Samuel, we've been waiting for the breakout to happen. Last year, he basically led the league in air yards and was not great for fantasy just because of the quarterback play. If you look, he still had 6 touchdowns. I think he had 600 yards or so, which was fine, but the expectation for Curtis Samuel going into last season was so high. So he is the perfect example of what a post-hype sleeper could be for 2020. And I'm really just curious to know how they utilize Robbie Anderson and Curtis Samuel in this offense led by Matt Rule and Joe Brady. But I think that's going to do it for my Oakland Raiders at Carolina Panthers Week 1 preview. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. We are doing this for every single Week 1 matchup. You can find the full playlist linked up here. You can also follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture. That's Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Twitter being the primary platform there. And of course, the website is ffvulture.com. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you're listening to the podcast. Drop us a review wherever you are listening. Remember, people come and go, but fantasy championships are forever. I will see you in the next video. Later.